Welcome back to Let's Play. Whoa. Giant purple things. Welcome back to Let's Play Spongebob Nighty Nightmare, the game that is most definitely not Creature from the Krusty Krab. Oh man, that actually pushed me back really far.
This is a new paint job, you know.
We're driving along very carefully, very slowly. Slow and steady wins the race. And also, like, violently shooting things, too. Go away. So I'm curious what the length of this game is going to be. Generally, I don't think a licensed PC game is having much to them. This one does seem to have a decent number of levels. I think it was 6 levels, which I isn't actually necessarily that much. But considering that so far I haven't finished this level in 15 minutes, maybe actually will take a little bit of time. I have no idea. It's the spirit of adventure, that's the fun of blind playthroughs. At one point I'd actually renounced doing blind playthroughs on this channel because you occasionally run into issues of, for instance, not knowing how to get through some part of the game and that not being fun to watch and things like that. Or unforeseen difficulties if you never played the game before, like a bunch of the PC games I want to play right now and not seem to work on this virtual machine, for instance. You having to spend 2 hours setting up a new one and trying to do all sorts of troubleshooting. Those sorts of things. But at the same time, there's just so much fun getting to discover something. And I've only played so many games in my life, so I stopped playing new games on my own time a long time ago, so this is kind of the only stuff I have to play, really. I feel like I've never seen a forklift in the Spongebob universe. Or if I have, it didn't look like a boat, but I like that. This boat here. It's actually like a boat forklift. They could put a lot less effort into actually making that like fit the Spongebob aesthetic. Like I just respawn. I don't need to be more careful, I respawn right in front of them. Like I moved closer to them when I died.
I need to be more careful. This is a new paint job, you know.
Spongebob, acknowledge your immortality, accept it. They're also like, anything to say, Spongebob? No. The game has finally taken off the training wheels. Look at that animation. Wow. We can take care of ourselves now. Man, these drums do not let up.
I need to be more careful. This is a new paint job, you know.
Hey, come on, Spongebob, you can do it. There we go. I do wonder how much, I already said this last episode, but I do wonder how much the gameplay is going to vary here. Because one of the things that made the, actually, every version really of, not every, most versions of Creature from the Krusty Krab interesting was that it varied the gameplay a lot. It was like a big smorgasbord of uncertain types of gameplay. That. Go away, that.
I need to be more careful. This is a new paint job, you know.
For instance, you go from driving things to platforming to weird little shoot-'em-up types of things. I think the GBA version had different gameplay for every single level, if I remember right. Something like that, which was actually pretty cool. Because lots of them were done pretty decently. The DS version had some mini-games, but for the most part it was just the same type of gameplay throughout. Although I guess the console version was also kind of like that. They did have lots of platforming segments too, they were pretty long. But still, other types of gameplay were a big portion of the game. This, maybe it'll be the same thing throughout, maybe not. We'll see. It's really convenient, these things never move. Of course, now I said we might actually run into some that move back and forth in the near future. We'll see. Might not be surprised, that'd be a pretty standard type of hazard encounter. What makes these things deflate? How are bubbles doing this? Should the bubbles just get popped on their spikes or something? I think they'd actually be pretty resistant to bubbles, naturally.
Sheesh! I need to be more careful.
Oh jeez, I was hoping I don't do all the way back here.
Paint job, you know.
I was looking at the recording time.
I need to be more careful. This is a new paint job,
Ever since I switched to recording everything in one program instead of multiple programs at the same time, I haven't had a very easy way of looking at the amount of time I've been recording for. I need to look way off to the side. Why is this making all these whoosh sounds that we're hearing? Like, nobody's driving past us or anything. Nobody else is even... We haven't even seen any other cars here this entire time. One thing that does bug me a little about this, and this is not unique to this game, but games of this sort of gameplay where you click on things to shoot at them, they have this weird habit of making it so that your projectiles disappear once they reach the area you clicked at, instead of just going on further, to a further range than that, which is really strange to me. I don't know why they'd be programmed that way. So you can kind of undershoot. If your enemy is running away from you, for instance, your projectiles will just disappear before actually reaching your enemy, even though your actual range is still long enough to reach that enemy. I don't know why games do that. Don't think you can hide from me. Alright. Combining hazards now. I have cones and shreds. Look at this. Play these hazards simultaneously. Oh, that's interesting. Oh no. Oh no. It seems like it's just inconsistent what happens if I hold the mouse button down and then move the cursor over an enemy. Sometimes I just immediately start attacking that enemy, sometimes I just keep moving towards that enemy. Alright, get back here. Thank you. Some pretty good. It's a pretty good turning radius on this car here. It might actually be faster just let one of these guys catch me to get back action now that I think about it. Oh, that doesn't seem to disappear. Awesome. Okay. That big thing. You really just mean I have to click it more times. I find it interesting that they have two faces. Like, they both have different minds. They both try to move separately. Oh. So it restarted, isn't it? Don't know why I had to do it from this side. I was just thinking ahead. Haha. Says a bit over 20 minutes.
After single-handedly defeating the monstrous hordes at the Bikini Bottom Speedway, Spongebob Squarepants was honored as both hero and champion.
It was nothing, really.
Excited by the prospect of free food and drinks, the masses quickly gathered for the celebration.
I don't think I'm right.
Nobody noticed the oddly shaped forms filling the sky. Once thought to be mindless, floating blobs of goo, the jellyfish had finally revealed their true nature. Tired of being chased and captured themselves, they had felt it was time to turn the tables for interstellar supremacy. Now, aboard the jelly ship, SpongeBob finds himself alone and outnumbered. When you're alone, it's easy to be outnumbered.
Thank you. Well, that's different. Okay, so this doesn't feel very creature than Krusty Krab-ish. So maybe about 2 hours worth of gameplay in this game?
Woo! The coast looks clear.
Oh, this looks like the same kind of gameplay again.
Okay, what the heck just happened? Where did these jellyfish come from? Is there any way off this ship? And how did I get into this spiffy outfit? Ah! I hear one of them up ahead. All the days to leave my jellyfishing net at home. I need to stay out of sight until I can figure out what's going on. I'll click the right mouse button to sneak around. Practice my sneaking sound. Perfect!
It's not to say, the camera's really close up. You actually do move more slowly. But not more quietly. If you have the right click activated. So same kind of gameplay. I don't know if it's... I mean, this is the Spongebob gameplay, or this is just the gameplay of the game in general. Good thing jellyfish don't have ears. Alright. Well, this is totally a different idea. I can appreciate this. It still feels like I think kind of like dream flavor as everything else.
Suspiciously like a key over there.
That's new.
Would come in handy, but I don't have any way past those guards. Am I ever gonna catch a break?
I appreciate that echo in his voice. Yeah, I can't get past there. Okay. I have a feeling that lots of people playing this, lots of younger people playing this will get really frustrated by the issue that when you try to sneak past enemies by pressing.
I don't even want to think about what could have just happened to me. Uh-oh, I'm thinking about it. I need to be more careful.
If you press the right mouse button to sneak around, which is supposed to be how you're supposed to, like, sneak, be all sneaky. What happens then is that you move more slowly, which is in some cases actually a lot worse for getting past enemies. Although at least enemies also move really slowly. So at the moment though, it doesn't seem like I can get those keys, so I'm just gonna leave them be. Spongebob might straight up said he couldn't get them, so... I'll take that as a sign that I should leave it be. And the thing is, now I'm kind of bummed that I'm not going to see this idea of the jellyfish trying to take over the world explored very much. I don't know why I want to see this like given actual depth, but I do. I want to see what the jellyfish really think, what their plan is. Huh. That really big one doesn't even have a name. If I put my cursor over it, it just goes, nope. Not doing that today. Don't want anything to do with that thing. Yeah, it just refuses to acknowledge them. It feels like I'm just wandering aimlessly. I was moving so slick, I could hardly even tell if he was moving.
I need to be more careful.
We're going somewhere, though. Not that there's much familiar stuff to see anywhere, or like distinct stuff. Rather, not like opposite of familiar, actually. The decor is the same everywhere here. I don't know why I kept moving that way. I think you guys could see, my cursor was not in that direction, I don't think. Sounded like a mind control or something. I was trying to do this. I'll see a map of this old place later. Get ready! I'll speak to Gary next episode. Bye, everyone.